What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. What will be my final Black Ops 4 video. And in this video, I want to talk about how Black Ops 4 was for me and kind of just go over, some things I liked, some things I didn't like, and what to look forward to with Modern Warfare, being released here in a couple of days. So let's just start off with how Black Ops 4 was for me. So personally, I really did like this game. I really tried to like this game a lot, and I actually did like it for most of the game until it got to the point where it was just a sprint at everyone, get in their face, SOG match where people shot punched everybody. That's the biggest part, and we'll get more into details actually later on that. But the whole in-your-face style SOG, shot punching thing was kind of the biggest thing, I would say, that I absolutely did not like about this game. But when this game first started off, I actually really liked it. The Maddox was, that kind of versatile hybrid type gun. You had the ICR as your kind of main AR, your kind of most slower paced, kind of hold lanes type of AR, which is what it kind of, balanced out to be. Then you also had the SOG, which was in there, and then obviously along the way, before Gentleman's Agreements and everything else, you had the Rampart, plus the Auger, which didn't last very long, along with the Swordfish in there. And it's funny that everyone says they want a competitive balance in games with more than 3 weapons. But then every single game we get, actually I should say 4 weapons if you want to include a sniper rifle. But every game turns into 1 submachine gun, 2 ARs, and 1 sniper rifle. And not that I mind that, I really don't mind. But I would like to stop hearing people be like, oh, it only has 4 guns that people use. Well, yeah, those are the best guns that are in the game. Like, if you use anything else, usually you're not going to do, too well with it. Plus, if you use those weapons and they're broken and they're played in competitive, most likely they won't be in competitive much longer. Because people want a fun and balanced game that they can play nice and competitively and get away from those cheese guns out of public matches. So overall, I didn't mind the meta this year. It seems to be pretty much the same type of meta every year. 1 sub, 2 ARs, 1 sniper rifle. But that kind of leads into my next point with, the competitive scene. What the heck happened this year as far as the release of League play? Now, they could have easily, I don't want to say copy and pasted it, but, Treyarch's made some pretty good games over the past little while. And they had Black Ops 2, which everyone thought was, a great game. But why didn't they just take a thing that was similar to that? Like, I was in, what was it? Was it Elite? May have been Elite. I don't remember the exact thing. But I was in Elite all year long. Like, I did not go up at all. I know it's still really good. But, like, I didn't even get up to, what's the next level? Master or whatever. I didn't get up to that for a second. I always just stayed in Elite. Like, I didn't get it. Like, it felt like I could never move up. It felt like I could never, be on and actually achieve that. Now, it is, like, known that usually the more you play, the more you rank up. But that could not be more true for this game. And I mean, if you didn't finish in the top 25 or whatever it was, you would not receive those gem things that allowed you to rank up. Now, I was a person that played COD, more than a few times a week. And for multiple hours. Like, it wasn't just, hey, let's, jump on a couple of games here and there. It was like solid hours of gaming sessions, over the course of a week. Right? I would, mix it up with 3 games for the most part, 4 when I got super bored. But for the most part, I was playing something online, whether it be COD, Fortnite, or NHL. I'd always be on playing something. And what really sucks about all these games is unless you stay on them all the time, you lose a lot of, consistency to them. Now, I know that makes sense But especially with COD, and especially with this game, the more you played, the more you ranked up. There's no... I'm talking about league play. I'm not talking about public match. I'm talking about league play. And I really didn't like that, right? Like, people that were going, I don't know, let's just say 8 and 24 in a match could get up to those top tier levels and do well. But yeah, the people that, like myself, that consistently go positive, that always have hard point time, that always get control points, that is always in the top 3 for the most part in every single game, should be up there, but for whatever reason isn't. And is that because I didn't finish in the top 25 and get those 4 credits or gems or whatever the heck those were called? I just didn't like it. I mean, this league play system was interesting, but they still don't have, you know, league play nailed. And I don't know what they could possibly do to make a 100% fair system, or at least a 75% fair system. But I don't know. It just felt like there was, like, that's like going into a brand new job, just say, and having no advancement in that career or that job, right? You can never get promoted, that you can never move up, you can never rank up, you can never earn anything more than what you're doing now. And that's how league play felt for me. Like, I could never move up, regardless of how well I did. And like I said, it was consistently going positive. I think in league play, I almost had, I think it was like a 2.0 KD, and objectives was up there, like everything. So I don't understand that, but that kind of moves me on. I know a lot of people hated specialists as well. That was another thing that kind of caught my eye here in this gameplay. And I don't mind specialists, especially with this year. It wasn't a time-based thing. It was how many kills or eliminations or score or whatever you got, and it kind of made you earn it a little bit. So, you know, you're only really encountering it from each person maybe 2 or 3 times a game. 3 if you're really going off. 2 is kind of like the standard. You get 1 but halfway through the game, maybe at the end of the first rotation of hard points, just say, or maybe like the 3rd round of control. And if you're really going off, you'll get it for that round 5 if you make it there. So I didn't really mind that this year. Once they kind of nerfed them and you know, kind of made them for the most part balanced. Obviously some of them were super annoying, but that was just something we had to kind of get through. But like I said, those weren't too bad this year. I actually really did enjoy the, you know, the Tempest, the War Machine, the Crash, the Recon, all that stuff. Yes, they were overpowered, but they weren't overpowered all the time. So I really did not mind it that much. And then the actual, I guess we'll talk about the full competitive scene as far as the Pro League went. Obviously, we know franchising is upon us. I don't think that's really a secret. But I think this is the best kind of Pro League we've ever had as far as a LAN type setting went. The only thing I would actually kind of recommend would be having 2 studios where Division A, just say if we have 2 divisions, could be at one studio, just say in LA, and then you have a secondary studio in, you know, Columbus or in New York or wherever, and you have all Division B there, and then those guys all play for however long. Then you go to, you know, your 2nd round where half of Division A, half of Division B basically flip-flop. So now you have mixed play, and then it kind of goes on from there of, you know, making sure everyone plays everyone a whole bunch of times. And kind of going from there. That's kind of the only really thing I could, you know, really see being improved on as far as the Pro League went. But for the most part, it was good games overall. Obviously, we had pretty much 3 top teams throughout the entire year, each having, you know, a couple of struggles along the way. But you know what, it was still pretty good play overall. But for Black Ops 4, as far as one of my favorite games goes, I'd probably have to put it as a top 5 game for me. I really did enjoy Black Ops 1, you know, during that time. I really did enjoy, you know, like Advanced Warfare. Maybe top 3? I mean, that might be pushing. I did actually kind of like Ghost, but you know what, it's so hard to put them in because I do enjoy all of them. But to look back at this gameplay and to look at Black Ops 4 in general, I did like it overall. This gameplay had my biggest kill game ever in Black Ops 4. It dropped 91 kills, 16 deaths, absolutely turned up. Only had 25 kills at the end of the first half. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And here's Modern Warfare.